Wall Street Journal, homeowners using HELOCs as financial safety net. American took $66 billion in home equity line of credits or HELOCs in the second quarter, a 40% increase from a year ago and the largest amount in almost 3 years. These accounts, which allow homeowners to borrow against the value of their homes, are making a comeback as higher rates make it less favorable to refinance your loan. A HELOC works like a credit card, but since it's backed by your property, generally offers a much more favorable interest rate. The average HELOC rate is 7.7, comparable with the average 19.04 APR on credit cards and 10.6 for average personal loan rate. Owners get a credit card line based on a home equity line, but don't have to use all or even any of the available funds. Go ahead, Tom.
So it's really interesting. So HELOC, home equity line of credit. It's basically a credit card based on your house, because a credit card in your wallet is based on your salary. And that's a very simple way to look at it. And what has happened is I dug into, so if HELOCs are being opened and the dollars are going up, what two companies might you go look for in their earnings report to see spending?
Visa and Chase? I don't know. Who you got?
Home Depot and Lowe's.
Oh, there you go.
So I dove into Home Depot and Lowe's, and guess what? They both had a big pop in the second quarter. So people are using the HELOC to make improvement on their house. The danger of HELOC is that the HELOC, if your credit card balances go up, you'll probably notice that all of a sudden you get a letter that says, hey, your $30,000 limit is now down to $27,500. The banks are actually aggressive and proactive about raising and lowering your credit limit. Well, so too do the HELOCs work. The HELOCs look at the value of houses, and if the bank detects there is a risk, they'll pull it back a little bit. So right now, and some of those HELOCs have floating rates. So if interest rates are going up and HELOCs are already 7.75 now, and housing prices are going to go down, you're probably going to see a little squeeze on HELOC. But it also means that people are investing in their house because they're having issues selling them. So I'm like, okay, are houses selling or not selling? Let me see some stats this week. This stuff's moving every week. So I went and I found, check this out. Redfin, I think we covered this a couple weeks ago. Remember they had this house flipping business. Hey, sell us your house. We'll flip it. We'll give you all this money, and then you can go figure out where you're going to buy an even more expensive house or rent.
Good luck.
Well, there is an example that was in there that was in Nevada, 7-year-old neighborhood outside Las Vegas. So this is part of the Vegas expansion. This is an old home, 7-year-old house. Redfin bought it in May for $610,000, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. They put it on the market June 1st at $674,000. Redfin's thinking they're going to flip. It's been sitting for 140 days, and it's been reduced to $499, and it's still sitting. So I looked at that, and I'm like, okay, is this an outlier?
Wait, let me recap this. They bought it for $610. They put it for $674. It's been sitting for 140 days. They put it now at $499.
And it's still sitting, and it's in a 7-year-old neighborhood outside Vegas. And if you've been to Vegas, you fly in, you see all those neighborhoods where the working people in Vegas live. This isn't a middle of nowhere house. This is a suburban area that's relatively new. And that is a sign of what's happening. So back to HELOC. People are trying to improve their houses. They're doing some work. It's benefiting the stocks. So now, last point, let's go back to a week ago. You said, how is the economy so bad, but the market is up? Well, there's how Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart are up because of credit cards and HELOCs. So how long can the market live on the consumers using other people's money they're turning into debt?
We need one of those sounds where you press the button. What is it called? Those boards?
Oh, a soundboard?
Soundboard where it says, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That right there is
I've only been asking that for a few years now.
Going back to what Adam said, Adam, you're talking about the personal finance part and the people, and I get it, like people that are in the cities and around people like you guys that you know and we could talk to. But what do you say to the average Joe person that, like you said, like when the stimulus check and all the investments? What about the average guy in Montana that has a regular family that's getting their money and whatever, and then all this stuff is happening, and then like some of the Democrats like Joy Reid's like, inflation ain't, you guys are just coming up with that. You guys are watching news. What do you tell those people that are just living it day to day and then now they're feeling it and it's coming? You know what I'm saying?
There's so you're asking a personal finance, like how to handle your money? Or what's the question?
No, not me personally. I mean, these guys, they're not, some of the people out there, they're not investing, they're not in the market. They're just living their average lives, getting their Social Security and everything. But now everything is going up. Nothing's changing for them.
Vinny,
except
Tom made a very, very good point right now. I think it's very important to emphasize what Tom just said. So, I remember when I was in trouble financially, I'm 22 years old, 23 years old. My credit card, I had $20,000 left in my credit cards. And I don't have a job. I don't have a way to pay my bills. I was paying my bills every month with credit cards. And it looked like everything was good, but I only had 4 or 5 more months like that. When the 5th month came, everything was done. My car got repoed, but I was driving, parking it all over the place. This is 2000, okay? I'm parking my car in Granada Hills, a mile away behind the park to walk to my house so,
So you don't get repoed?
So Galvin Ford
wow.
doesn't come in. Yeah,
Thanks.
eventually, 90 days later, I turn my car in. I'm paying my phone bill in the following way. I'm calling Nextel, no joke, and I'm asking Nextel, what will $73 get me? How many days? I owed $1,500 to Nextel. I haven't paid my phone bill. They would say $73 will turn your phone on for 6 days. Can you do it for 10 days? They would say yes. I would negotiate paying phone payment by days. And I would pay $73 because I'm a salesperson. I need my phone. Every time people would call my phone and it would give that one weird message. You know what that message is? When you haven't paid your bill.
The subscriber you ever tried to reach is not home.
And you have to say, have you guys noticed Nextel having issues lately?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Pat tried to call you.
Yeah, it's Nextel. I'm thinking about switching to, somebody
funny.
else. Anyways, at that time, and then all of a sudden, the day came where it's like, look, you don't have $73. You don't have a car. You don't have money. You don't have credit. What the hell are you now going to do? What Tom just predicted is a lot of people are about to hit that, possibly in 6 to 9 months. Wow. Did you see the savings earlier this year? Total savings we had as Americans was $2 trillion. We were collectively trillionaires. I don't know if you knew this.
Every American.
Yeah, you could say
We the people.
We the people were
are
trillionaires.
trillionaires,
Okay, we were trillionaires Q1 of 2022 this year. It went from 2.3 trillion. Each quarter we've lost $300 billion. So we went from 2.3 trillion to 2 trillion to 1.7 trillion. We're at 1.6 trillion right now.
We're still trillionaires.
Yes,
but we're
as savings depletes, you make decisions in a different way. I asked the question in DC. I said, 2.3 trillion to 1.6 trillion, does it seem like a lot of money? And some people are like, well, it's a lot of money we lost. I said, let's change it. Let's just say your cash in the bank went from $23,000 to $16,000. Are you and your husband or wife having a conversation right now? You would be amazed how many women in the audience said, absolutely. To go from 23 to 16,000, that's a scary number. So if you went from 23 to 16,000 in 6 months, you're concerned. Americans collectively went from 2.3 trillion to 1.6 trillion. So if Tom is right and we're going in that direction, today, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, these guys are the beneficiaries of people spending money on credit cards.
Especially.
But stuff could be very nasty 6 months from now. For your Future Looks Bright hat, click over here. And to watch the entire podcast, click here. Take care, everybody.